So if you want to know how Wheezy makes these crazy ethnic melodies in a few simple steps, and I mean actual simple steps, this is the perfect video for you. Yo guys, what's up and welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how Wheezy makes crazy ethnic samples from scratch for people like Gunna Young Thug. So first of all, I will show you all the sample, then after that I will show you how I made it, and I will break these different patterns down. Then after that I will show you how I mixed and mastered it and how I processed it. So y'all make sure to stay till the end, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe to my channel, and make sure to stay till the mastering chain because this is some serious sauce. And yeah guys, let's go. So I started off with using Contact, and I used the Session Horns Pro Performance Bank, and I selected the full horns preset, which you can do right here. And what I really did, I was in a C minor scale, and what I basically just did was laying down 6 simple C minor chords, but just in a bouncy rhythm. And then after that I laid down this D and this G, and then this D sharp and this G sharp. And for the second part of these 4 bars, I basically just took these two and just pressed Alt and Y, so I just flipped them, so it gives the sample just a little bit of variation. And then what I did was pressing Alt and R just to randomize these different notes so it sounds more realistic. And then what I did was just copying these chords up and copying them up again, and it's simple as that. And the finished trumpet pattern is sounding like this. Then for the effects on the trumpets, I used this fully parametric EQ2 where I just cut out some frequencies that I didn't really like. Then this simple RC20 just for the wobble and the EQ. Then this Valhalla vintage verb where I tweaked the mix, the pre-delay and the decay. Then this simple soothe on its default settings, I just turned the knob from 3 to 2. Then this simple EQ just cut out some of the lows and cut out some of the frequencies that I didn't really like. And I had it 27% in stereo. Then for the next thing I had this Cashmere Duduk one shot, and I pitched it up by 1 just to bring it into the key. And then I pitched it up by 12, which you can do right here, and you just have to put the mode on stretch. Then I just load the volume, had the declick mode on generic, and it's such a simple one shot which still makes a crazy difference to the sample and gives it a whole bunch of variation. And this duduk phrase is sounding like this. Then before showing you all the effects for this flute, I had this flute phrase where I have the same effects on it. It was the Cashmere Flute 26 flute phrase from Splice, and what I just did was pitching up by 7 to bring it into the key, then pitching it down by 12, which I could basically just do by pitching it down by 5, but I just did it like this. I don't know why. I left the volume how it was, and then now for one important effect, I had this portal with the shootout preset just for this flute phrase though, and I rendered it out and put it right here. And the second flute phrase is sounding like this. And then now for the original flute phrase, for the second part of the melody, it sounds like this. And now for the important effects on these flute phrases. I had this fully parametric EQ where I just cut out some frequencies that I didn't like or that weren't really necessary for the whole sample. Then I had this RC20 just for the wobble, the distortion and the EQ. Then as I said, this portal with the shootout preset. Then this Valhalla vintage verb where I tweaked the mix and the decay. Then this soothe on the soft setting with the knob to 2.0. And then this EQ just to cut out a lot of the frequencies, a lot of the lows, to duck a lot of the mids, to duck a lot of the highs. But overall it sounds pretty good, so it works. And I had it 27% in stereo, and that's it for the effects on this flute. And then for the next thing I had this bot Lance perk loop, which was at 144 BPM. I just brought it into time, put the mode on stretch, and it's from Plot by Bot. And first of all it sounds like this. And for the effects, I have a simple effect chain for my perk loops, but it's so effective. So for the first thing, I have this EQ just to cut out some of the lows and some of the highs. Then this EQ to cut out a lot of the lows and a lot of the highs, just that the mids are really like present, so it gets more ducked into the background. Then I have this soothe on a hard setting and the knob to 4.9, and then I have this fully reverb, and I'm pretty sure I have the default settings on here. I just turned the mix level to 35%, and without this effect chain it would sound like this. So as y'all can hear, a lot of the lows are getting cut out, just that it fits perfectly into the sample. Then for the next thing, I use Contact again, and I use the Experimenta X bass, which is a perfect bass for almost every type of sample you want to make. It's just the root notes from the trumpet pattern, and what I did was pressing Alt and R just to randomize the velocities again, and the finished bass line is sounding like this. Then for the effects on this bass line, I had this simple soothe on its hard setting and the knob to 9.1. Then this fully parametric EQ where I just cut out some frequencies that I didn't like. This R compressor from Waves with these settings. I basically just had the threshold to -13.6 and the ratio to 1.65. The rest was on its default settings. Then I had this Sound Toys Decapitator where I played with the drive, the tone and the style. Then this fully fast distortion on its default settings, I just turned the mix to 38%. This simple EQ where I just cut out some of the muddy lows, and I had it 100% in mono. And now for the most important part, and I'll show y'all in before and after, I have this mastering chain. And for the mastering chain, the first plugin I have is this A1 stereo control from Alex Hilton, and I basically just played with these two knobs, and I had the save bass option on. Then I have this R compressor in case I want to compress the sample a bit, basically just to glue it together. Then I have this Abbey Road Vinyl Stereo, which is an overpowered plugin if you want to make your samples sound more vintage. Then I have the sound shifter pitch stereo from Waves, where I pitch it up by 3 semitones. Then I had this Chroma Tape Stereo with the mastering big and open preset, this L1 limiter stereo basically just to make the sample louder. Then this simple soothe on its default settings, and then I had this EQ where I just cut out some of the frequencies that weren't really necessary or that were just clashing. And this is a sample without the mastering chain. And this is a sample with the mastering chain. So yeah guys, if you all enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to check out my kits, the links for that will be in my description, and use code LUCADID15 for 15% discount at checkout. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram and to activate the notifications on my YouTube. And I just wanted to thank y'all for this crazy support. We just hit 2.5k, which is just crazy to me, and I really appreciate y'all for that. But let's keep it going. Make sure to go crazy on this video, and as I said, please make sure to comment how y'all like this video. And yeah guys, see y'all.